Yeah, what's going on, everybody? I'm just kind of in my bathroom right now, and I just had like a dope fucking idea because I was just like meditating, trying to get into clairvoyant space and stuff like that, just so I can clear out my mind from all the things that happen throughout the day and shit like that, right? But the thought that came to me was flickering lights, because a lot of the times the illusions that we're operating under, as far as mentally, can play out like a flickering light, meaning that the experiences that we go through throughout the day can really be brought back to the mind because the mind is trying to re-experience. But the mind is not trying, in this case, the mind is not experiencing something new. The mind is experiencing something from the past or a past situation, past person, place, or thing, a circumstance, a benchmark that we already passed through and stuff like that, right? So when your mind is in a state of being of flickering lights, it could be flickering states of awareness, states of consciousness, feelings that we resonate with from the past, but it really has nothing to do with the present moment and things like that. So a lot of the times we have to learn to sit down and meditate and get back into a space of clairvoyance so we can actually detach from all these thoughts and feelings. Because a lot of these thoughts and feelings have nothing to do with the future, have nothing to do with the present moment. You can bring it to the present moment, but all it's going to do is create some type of firmament, create some type of mental limitation, and then you're not going to be able to truly play out that situation, play out that moment in an all possibility step away, right? So whenever you find yourself constantly remembering things, try to always detach from those things and understand that, okay, these are past situations. This is past people. These are past things. This is past, and you don't have to put the future in that box because the future is the future. The future is not here yet. But a lot of the times we create our future with the past unknowingly. A lot of the times that's why a lot of people got to deal with their traumas. That's why a lot of people got to deal with their mental imbalances, mental influxes. Whatever side you're on as far as the spectrum, you could be right like me, you can be very, very right brain, you can be very, very speculative. You know what I'm saying? That can make you like very chaotic, it could make you very emotional and things like that. But at the same time though, that's just the nature that we're learning to deal with. So the better you learn to deal with yourself, you can also show other people how to deal with themselves. But it really gotta be from a genuine, authentic place, because people will be able to see that from you. If this person is being fake, is this person being genuine, is this person really being authentic, is this person actually trying to be genuine, or is this person trying to fool somebody? You see what I'm saying? So even when it comes to the other spectrum of being left brain, you could be like very left brained out, and you could be into the material world, into the sciences, into these type of things. You can get lost in the word. You know what I'm saying? So I talk about religion a lot. A lot of people get lost in the word of religion. A lot of people get lost in the word of science, but they're unable themselves to go back and observe the spaces that we're interacting, or the transitions, or the mechanism in life, I'm saying, that they were actually describing that's as a science, as a left brain science. Because a lot of the times these things, you have to come to these things from your own subjective space and stuff like that. So science is just another man point of view. It's another interpretation as well. See, we live our lives with an interpretation in our own mind. But the thing is, a lot of the times this interpretation of ourselves and this interpretation of the world may be misguided. It may be, not truly well intended, not for yourself, not for other people around you. But it's because people lack the shadow work. People don't sit back and do the shadow work and actually really examine themselves every day. Because you need to understand that, and I needed to understand as well. That's why I'm the one making this video, right? I needed to understand that, damn, you know what? Every day is a battle. There's truly no resting place. I really wish there was a resting place where I could be like, yes, I finally did it. But there truly is not. It truly is just constant shadow work. It's just constant uncomfortability. And it's truly just constantly letting go of previous concepts of who we thought we are, what we thought of the world. Because through us, new possibilities, are created. But a lot of times that can't happen if we're still attached, to the old interpretations of the world that we have. So we have to create our own way of interpreting the world, right? And a lot of the times, a lot of criminals, let's say, a lot of times, when they do the whole lie detector test and shit like that, a lot of these criminals are able to pass the test, right? Because it's like they're asking them very specific questions. And if they don't ask them the right question, it's like they can almost subconsciously lie to themselves so they don't trigger the chemical effect that the machine is reading to pick up, hey, this person is lying. So it's almost like if you don't ask a person, or if you don't ask yourself the right questions, you'll be kind of like misled and misguided on a pre-notion that's not true. So a lot of the times, like even cops, can't even catch like the right criminal, something like that. They can't even catch the boss criminal, because it's like you gotta be smart. It's like You gotta really know yourself and know other people. Because when you really know yourself, you know everyone else. It's like if you know when you know what you're scared of, you also know other people are scared of. Like a lot of times, one basic thing is just being uncomfortable. A lot of people are scared of uncomfortable situations. So if you know that about yourself, you'll also know that about others, right? And that concept can be seen with astrology as well, the South Node and the North Node. A lot of times we can retrograde back into a lifestyle, into a way of thinking, into a way of feeling. It's actually harming us on our life more on a percentage level, but we may just resonate with it because we feel like it's something that's keeping us safe or something that keeps us in an unfamiliar environment. But see, the mind is like a mental toolbox. Like we create tools with these things. You might create like a tool, you know what I'm saying, to like stab yourself. You might create a sword, a word to stab you. Maybe like, I hate myself. I don't like myself. That's us taking our own word, our own logic, our own ability to interpret information, and actually just hurting ourselves with it, rather than using these things productively to attack things outside of us and inside of us that actually matter. See, when you attack yourself like that, like I hate myself, that's not a good attack. Like that doesn't let us make to it. When I say make a word, make a sword, it's really just the ability to interpret with logic your own emotions and actually trace back, you know, I'm saying, to the true root of where things come from, so you can actually understand it at its as earliest layer, at its earliest trauma, before it started developing into, like, you know, other things and other circumstances and stuff like that. Because, you know, that's why Dolo the Pilot Man says, shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man, you know what I'm saying? That's why he says, you know, people do strange things for a peace of mind, because people really do lose their mind on this planet. And it's like the real shit. Just watch people around you. You'll start to see signs who lost their mind and who didn't lose their mind. And it's going to be really fascinating, because, you know, the people that lost their mind, they're large on a percent. Well, sometimes you know, you have to lose your mind to find it. So a lot of people lose themselves in the world. I know for me, as a spirit that reincarnated here, I lost myself inside of the religious cycle. Or really, I would say I was actually forced into it, like physically, like type of shit like that. Yeah, it gets deep, man. It gets deep. But even that, there's no point of like even trying to look back at past lives. So whatever you are now, that's because it could be really traumatizing too. That's the thing. So there ain't no point of that. So ain't no, because the only way is just really truly forward. So you got to look at where you are now and evaluate the circumstances so you can plan it out. So you can plan shit accordingly for the future. Because yeah, anything else other than that will just keep us at familiar circumstances, familiar people, doing familiar things. And it may just manifest through different people, places, and things, but it's just going to be like the same energy. Like, let's say, for example, you're a person that easily get intimidated by others and stuff like that, you know, and shit like that, right? A lot of times, even if you go from one workplace to the other, that circumstance will follow you because it's an energy on you. Because when you have fear on you, other people can smell that. And it's like, you gotta understand that sharks in the water will pick up blood, allegorically speaking, and try to like bite you and attack you, because then you're saying you're vulnerable. Even in the hood, for example, right? If you just look goofy, you're easily scared. You're not paying attention to the environment. You're not looking people in the eye. You're not telling people like, you know what's going on. You know what they're up to. What's up? It's like that. People are gonna pick, and let's say you do look at them, and let's say that you react in fear. People are also gonna pick that up from you, and so that's what makes like a predator kind of sit back and prey on people and shit like that. Like if it's a politician or, you know, whatever position they may be, because there's a lot of people that sit back and use the fear energy to, you know, fear monger and put people in certain spaces so they can be vulnerable, so they can extract more on a percentage level and shit like that. And you can use this energy anywhere, really. I just don't necessarily recommend it because it's just really low vibrational. But at the same time, though, it does have its applications, it does have its cases. It's just not the way that humanity should be, I'd say, bringing itself together, because really it's just ran by the shadow government system right now, and that's why we see a lot of fear on the news media, on all the information systems that we tap into and stuff like that. You know, the news networks, and, you know, probably just even at the workplace, like it should be crazy. But yeah, real shit. Practice clairvoyance. Get out of these old thoughts and feelings because they're no longer serving you. And if you stay in these old thoughts and feelings, you're gonna create the future based on those thoughts and feelings. So that means whatever A and B, whatever thought, feeling we're sparking, it's going to be something based on the perception of something old, and it's really going to be fluids and waters that guide us to a more contracted space, and we're going to be okay with it because that's what we're going to view as comfortable. But really, you could have had like a big ass cake, but it's just based on our own perception, based on our own awareness that we created, based on the mind that we accumulated. We might just decide like, nah, you know what, that's not for us, but it could truly be for you. But see, everyone just gets what they deserve at the end of the day. So if you see somebody that didn't do their dreams, didn't do their goals, that's just what they deserved at the end of the day, because that's what they gave to themselves. That's how they dealt with themselves. They didn't value the right things, they didn't do their schedules and routines, and they didn't create their status. So you have to be able to have some self-worth also. You gotta be able to really, really like yourself, really come from an original, authentic space and shit like that, for you to even like truly, truly be yourself. Because a lot of people is afraid of being themselves. In the world of people, where people hate themselves and they project that hate, a lot of people are afraid to be themselves because that retracts them back into a space of limitation and shit like that. But yeah, real shit. Take care, everybody.